Welcome everybody. In this video, I'm going to create the Geneva wheel. So this might take, it may take a lot of steps to get there, but we got this. So I'm going to go up to English, standard, because our dimensions are in English. I'm going to hit the create button. Start a 2D sketch on the XY plane. I'm going to create a circle to begin with. So I'm going to do circle center point. My center point is going to be the origin here. I'm going to drag this thing out. So this has a diameter of 8 inches. And then I'm just going to finish my sketch. We're done. No, I'm kidding. I'm going to finish my sketch. I'm going to extrude this thing. Let's go back. Or we could do it symmetrically. I guess it really doesn't matter. I'm going to give this a thickness of 0.5. Like so. Hit the OK button. And then I'm going to start a sketch on the front face of the circle. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to draw a line from the center straight out to the left. That's going to be, what is that, 4.5? And then I'm going to select this line. I'm going to change it to a construction line. So it's dashed there. I'm going to create a circle and use the end of that line as my center point. And I'm just going to give it an arbitrary dimension here. I'm going to come back and dimension it now. So this has a radius of 1.5. And then what I could do is I could project geometry. I'm going to project the outer circle, or not the outer circle, but this big ginormous circle. And then I'm going to trim just part of the circle I don't need. I'm going to finish my sketch. I'm going to extrude that little piece. I'm going to cut it all the way through. Hit OK. Kind of looks like Pac-Man here. So far. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to my circular pattern. And for my feature, I'm going to select this kind of Pac-Man's mouth here, which is kind of hard to get. It's right there. And then for my rotation axis, I'm going to open up the origin items. And then I'm going to click on the Z-axis as my rotation axis. And just make sure it says 6 in the placement, 360 degrees. I'm going to hit OK. So it's going to cut out those. And then I'm going to do pretty much the same thing for the little slots there. So I'm going to go start a 2D sketch on this front face. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to draw another circle, center point from our origin here. I'm going to drag it out. This circle, I'm going to make it, let's see, it has a diameter of 4. And then I'm going to hit the escape button a few times. And then I'm going to click my circle and change it to a construction line. Let me see if I can, I'm going to create a slot center to center. So I'm going to try my first one in my slot on this kind of intersection between this line and our construction circle. So where that yellow dot is, I'm going to click it. I'm going to drag it kind of up and off the end of the kind of ring here. And then I'm going to drag it out. And so this has a width of 0.5. And so now what I can do is I can finish the sketch. I can extrude that little slot that I made. I'm going to cut it all the way through. Hit OK. And then I'm going to go back to my circular pattern. For my feature, I'm going to click the slot that we did. So I'm going to click that. The rotational axis, I'm going to do it again, this Z-axis here. Just make sure it's 6, 360 rotation, hit OK. And so there's kind of, that's kind of the hard part, I think. we got that done. All right, so then I'm going to start another 2D sketch on this front surface here. I'm going to draw a circle, center point from here, and drag this thing out. This is going to be, what is this going to be? I'm looking, 2.5. 2.5. Then I'm going to make another circle, center point again. I'm going to drag it out. That has a diameter of 1.5, like that. And then to create that little keyway on top, what I've done is if I go up to, not circle, where is it? The rectangle. I'll just way over to the side. I'm just going to create a rectangle here. And let me dimension it. So this bottom dimension, it's going to be 0.36. 0.36. This side is going to be 0.20. And then what I did earlier, so I use the quadrant, not quadrant, I keep calling it a quadrant. It's a tangent constraint. So I'm gonna click that. I'm gonna click on the bottom of my rectangle here. And I'm gonna click on the circle, which is this one. So it brings it down. And then what I would do is I'm gonna use this coincident constraint. I think this is gonna work. If I click on the middle, the green dot here, and click on the circle here at the top, it kind of clunks it right, it sets it right on top there. And then what I had to do was, I needed to get rid of these dimensions. So delete this, because doing that lets me extrude, or not extrude, it lets me extend these two lines down to that circle. I can erase this. I can trim out this part of the circle here. And then I can finish my sketch. Let me look at this from a side view, kind of ortho view. And then what I want to do is I'm going to extrude this inner, kind of looks like a, I don't know, an old-timey hand grenade. I'll click that. I want to extrude that all the way back. I want to go under my extrusion here for my sketch. I want to turn the visibility back of that back on. And then I can extrude this outer ring part. That's going to be 0.5. Yeah, 0.5, which it already is. I'm going to hit OK there. Then let me turn off the visibility of the sketch here to get those dimensions out of the way. Then all I need to do is go to fillet, and let's see what that is. That has a radius of 0.25. So here's 0.25. And then let's click on this ring right here. And it gives that a nice smooth curvy curve. And so that is our Geneva wheel. So I'm going to go up to view style, visual style, shade with edges, some shadows onto it. That looks kind of strange. I'm going to go to photo booth. Maybe that's a little better. Something tells me that this really wants to be kind of an orange color. I'm going to go up to my colors here. I'm going to look for an orange. I'm going to run away from my usual, not that one, my usual white color. Hold on, come on now. Don't be like that. Let's see what is. Here's an orange. Yeah, that might work. All right, so that'll have to do. So I'm going to go to File, Save. I'm going to call it Geneva Wheel. And there we go. All right, so we got that one done. All right, so I hope that helped. I'll see y'all in the next lesson or next video. Come back and we'll do it again. All right, peace.